Hello, Matt. How are you?
It's surprising how many people I've read have thought that when you have sex you're going to hurt the baby because you actually think you're going to go up that far.
Yeah.
It's hard enough trying to get in a decent position that's comfortable for both of you.
I just thought it was strange. Sex, pregnant woman, I just
You almost feel like you're poking it, you know, and it's sort of, we'll not do this again.
It was when we got down to it, the thought of poking my little boy in the eye or my little girl in the eye at the time was quite upsetting, and I generally couldn't really concentrate on the job at hand. So.
I think I knew enough about anatomy to know that I'm not that well endowed.
I'm a very proud man, so I'd like to think I was.
Even though that's completely pathetic, like, but that's exactly what you
Yeah, you don't want to...
It's not going to go right around the uterus, right and through the cervix. However big your cock is, it's not going to ruin your child.
I think sometimes guys are worried about whether they're going to bang their baby on the head. This is, you know, or they're going to dent their child or traumatise their child. And logistics, but, you know, you can be fairly imaginative on that. You're not going to bump your baby's head.
I didn't have all these problems with the I think it was more physical, but like geometrically, certain things are difficult.
I'm a mathematician, I know what you know, mate.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Now, one of the things that's very interesting is that on the male side, the drive, the libido doesn't appreciably change in pregnancy. But in women, it can change very dramatically. There are some women who can think of absolutely nothing worse than vaginal intercourse when they're pregnant. There are some who find their libido goes up dramatically. And there are all shades in between.
My wife was just like, forget it. You know, this is what's got us in this mess in the first place. You know, there's no way you're doing it again.
Mine went through a stage of wanting sex a lot, and then it was a stage of none at all.
Didn't partake? No.
Not once? We weren't there.
Didn't get any.
More sort of worried about her health and obviously the baby's health, and it just never came about type thing.
There were very, very exciting periods, dull periods, weird periods. I don't know, every woman is different, I think. But in my case, I experienced like a strange magical mystery tour. I never knew what to expect.
When she was right at the end and she was overdue, you know, she tried all the things like, you know, eating hot curries, and she can't do that anyway, and all the other things, drinking whatever flavoured raspberry tea or whatever it is. But then at the end of it, she was like, right, I need to have this baby out now. We've got to have sex.
It's got that desperate. It's got that desperate.
I'll try anything.
My favourite one is a woman who dragged her partner, I mean dragged, into the antenatal appointments, saying, tell him he has to have sex with me. And this poor chap was terrified. And it was actually because she was near her due date and she'd had enough. And she had heard that having sex could stimulate labour, which is true. This, you know, sperm is the same thing that's actually in the prostaglandin suppositories we give to women to induce labour.
I was bullied into it. The baby wasn't coming. It's 2 weeks late, and pretty much I was on the job every night for almost 3 weeks, I think, to be honest. Just because she was told this was a good idea and that was a good idea and this one. We tried everything.
The thing that I was really worried about was, like, if we had sex and it induced labour, turning up at the hospital and then kind of the baby coming out and then them looking at me just going, oh, for fuck's sake, couldn't you just hold off?
For more informative, hilarious and interesting insights into pregnancy and birth, check out the full-length DVD Being Dad, available at beingdad.co.uk.